Hey everyone, this is Christian C. And in this module, I want to talk about your journey. You have an amazing gift within you, one that is invaluable. It cannot be bought or sold. What is this gift? The ability for you to manifest, empower, and engineer the ascension of your goals. This is possible because universal energy already exists within you. You have it within your spirit, and now comes the process of awakening, much like a caterpillar turns into a butterfly. Your strength, your wisdom, your endurance, your energy will all get you there. It simply requires that you're able to relax and focus at the same time within your energy of duality, which is made up of the ego and the higher self. This is an invaluable gift that you always had within you from the time that we were born and through our toddler years and the years thereafter. We were dependent on our ego self to carry us through our daily struggles, our challenges, and our growing up moments. To put it in perspective, from a baby being hungry and wanting love and affection from its mother, our ego purges out to get its basic human needs fulfilled. Babies cry when they're hungry, cold, and need love and attention. This is an important point to remember because although we're no longer at such a young age, those habits and energy do carry over into our adult life. We grow accustomed and become habit dependent by how we acted and reacted during those early forming years of our lives, from being babies to grade school to middle school and all through high school. In a bit, I'll show you where I'm going with this, but first, allow me to ask you, when would you say was one of the most impactful periods of your life? For me, there was so many of them, but I would think that during my middle school years is the time when I became more cognizant of my transgression and also more aware of a certain aptitude towards being sort of a bad seed, sort of getting into a lot of trouble when I was in middle school. I would say that that was some of my most troubled years growing up. I struggled so much to change, and I did have that duality of being in a chaotic lifestyle while also trying to change, trying to wrestle my way out of it, wrestle my way out of trouble as a young teen. And eventually, I think to some level, I did accomplish that. So sometimes it did work for me, and sometimes things didn't really go my way. And here is where I'm going with this. An important point to understand is that this often leads us to subconsciously connecting the present with the past on such a level that it is often counterintuitive in a way that it is not productive. So what I mean by this is that many things that happen while growing up to this day will still bring up as if it just happened, and sometimes we even enhance them with things that were not completely accurate. So not only do we continue to replay that story in our mind, but we change it and we see ourselves perhaps sometimes more like a victim, or perhaps just being a victim of those consequences, or not being completely inaptitude to do the right thing. So automatically throughout our day, we are constantly going back and referencing the past. What can we do to change this in order to be better aligned with our goals and dreams? Is there a better way instead of us just referencing the bad past in order for us to reference things that can perhaps not only inspire us but motivate us and show us the way to really take the right actions and be more productive, more creative? Well, We have to be able to break the linear timeline of the past to present and instead build a strong timeline that connects from the present to the future. And that is what we will cover in this program. This period of growing up within our environment in the early years of our lives was a period that did define us. It defined our character and our energy and who we are today. Most of us have early memories from specific times in our life, experiences that changed us, transformed us, or affected us deeply in some way. And we can still recall these experiences vividly to this day. This is what has helped shape our inner energy to this day. It has heavily influenced what pathways our energy has taken. I would suggest that you begin looking at these past moments from a universal point of view and not just from a character perspective, not just from an ego self perspective. And if we also look at these moments from the perspective of our inner spiritual energy, we begin to see these moments almost as if they were required for our inner energy to bloom and ultimately ascend. Our past experiences have shaped our energy and who we are today. Our past experiences serve as a source by which we can illustrate and connect with our inner energy, which is what builds our own spirit. Our inner spirit is within a journey that will ultimately lead to ascension on a higher universal level. And within our journey, we're the ones to decide on whether to gain a deeper awareness of our universal connection or simply not believe in it and ignore it. The choice is ours. Let's begin with mapping out our journey and discovering pathways to ascension. And that ascension is what leads to true transformation and achievement of our goals. In order to be able to read and calibrate these instances, it takes a certain level of intuition and predictive energy that we are also going to talk about and develop on this program. We have to let go of the pain within our past. And yes, I'm sure you heard that a million times before. But I will share with you the best way that I discovered for myself, which has really helped me in ways that I never even knew were possible. So once we're able to clear out the past, then the question that we should ask is, what is the best way to go about achieving our main goals? It all begins by letting go of those beliefs that you grasp onto that have limited you in achieving your goals, letting go of societal standards and limited way of thinking. You won't be able to achieve your goals if you continue to approach them with the energy that you hold on to right now. Much of it might be limited energy, negative energy, but I simply call them energy blocks. So we're going to talk about how to deal with energy blocks and how actually some energy blocks will ultimately help you ascend. It is important to understand that our energy needs to elevate and transcend in order for it to connect with your true goals. Your journey is about energy and the way it fluctuates within your daily life. Your energy needs to ascend and continue to ascend. And in order for that to happen, you must find a pathway to transfer that energy from a universal sphere and into your daily physical reality. If you set the right mindset into action, you will have real breakthroughs that will elevate you into higher vibrational levels that will give you a life of abundance, including some of the things you always desired. Right now, I'm just illustrating broader points, and we will zoom into them as we go through this program. And now we're going to talk about the process. It is essential for us to become more aware of what words and actions play into our subconscious in order to be able to detect if they are comprised of limiting beliefs that holds us back. Primarily, limiting beliefs that turn into obstacles, also known as energy blocks. And that is why it is key that we see our thoughts and actions as an ongoing process that is all connected with the fabric of our inner energy, rather than singular occurrences, so that we will be able to track where our energy is and where it's going. That way, we can begin to detect our beliefs, mindset, habits, which makes up our mind frame, and begin to detect this process, and not from the singular point of view of thought, but rather through an energy stream of consciousness that exists on two different realms, which is our ego self and our higher self. The natural occurrence that often surfaces before any breakthroughs is that many questions, good and bad questions, will arise within us. Realize that it's all part of the process. Your energy lows will soon be balanced by ascension towards getting closer to your goals. In other words, you might have a lot of friction before you have a real breakthrough. Yet, if you only focus on the friction, those singular moments, and any negative emotions we attach to them, this will only prolong our breakthrough, our ascension, and ultimately our achievement of our main goals. The key is to focus on your process and the energy you are giving to this process. This is all part of our journey of duality, and we will continue to further break things down so we can further comprehend the journey, the process, and be able to recall that process, and most importantly, be able to apply it into our daily life. Now, let's carry on with a look into our duality mindset.